Hey everybody, Pastor Sam with your verse of the day for Gospel Gunslingers. We're here in the preaching tent, and the presence of the Lord is amazing. Father put a song in my heart this morning that we are standing on holy ground. And we know there are angels all around. Let us praise Jesus now. We are standing in His presence on holy ground. This is Psalm 48, 6th verse, 8th verse. As we have heard, so have we seen in the city of the Lord of hosts, in the city of our God. God will establish it forever, Selah. So we're in the preaching tent, and what we're experiencing is something that happened in the time of our forebears, and it just doesn't happen in our day. It's a tremendous blessing. And if we honor the Lord's presence, He'll continue to abide with us. Brother Donnie's with us here, and the Lord put a verse in his heart. You want to shout it out, or you want me to?
You go ahead.
Where was it?
Isaiah. Oh.
You lost it. We're going to bounce back to it. But it talks about the briars and the thorns and the land that was cultivated being covered over with spines and things that do not profit. And sadly, that's, we're old now, and that's been most of our lifetime. The glory of the Lord's presence, of Him stretching out His hand to heal, is something that only the oldest graybeards really remember. We've been believing God, though, for the tent campaigns to come back, to cross this nation. As we're in the midst of all of this turbulence, it's happening. Where?
21.
21. So this is in Isaiah 7th chapter 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that a man shall nourish a young cow and 2 sheep. Yeah, how about having a little homestead and advancing? This was the dream of all the slaves of the old world. And it shall come to pass for the abundance of milk that they shall give, he shall eat butter, for butter and honey shall everyone eat that is left in the land. Messianic prophecy, but also this is something that took place in America. Everyone did dwell under their own vine and their own fig tree. And then we have turned to idols. And it shall come to pass in that day that every place shall be where there were 1,000 vines at 1,000 silverlings. It shall even be for briars and thorns. With arrows and with bows shall men come thither, because all the land shall become briars and thorns. Sadly, that's what the spiritual nature of our nation has become, because we've forgotten the feasts of the Lord, because we've forgotten our camp meetings, because we've forgotten that 3 times in the year, every male in Israel was supposed to assemble before the Lord's presence. And it's really a blessing that there's people out here that are doing that. These are some of the leaders that we've met. There's Hal, Seth, Waylon, and Big John just stepped out. And you know what? It was a beautiful thing. We slept under the big top tent. We slept under the tabernacle, under the Lord's tabernacle, and the rain fell on the roof. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. Old Donnie and I, we've preached in some hostile, some non-permissive environments where you have to wake up and there's not people. The environment is not love and worship and reverence for the Lord and His presence, and for thankfulness, thanksgiving for what He's done in the night. No. We get up and we're surrounded by evil and wickedness and fornicators and drugs and everything, and just getting up and going on your way to the bathroom and trying to find a cup of coffee. It's fist fight. Even during the night, there's howlings and crazy stuff. And that's what we've been through, just trying to spread a little bit of hope and life. But when people gather together to honor the Lord and to honor His presence, it's a beautiful thing indeed. Selah. It's something that our fathers, our great-great-grandfathers knew about. I've been informed that my great-grandfather likely taught the Bible at this very camp. Join us in honoring the Lord's presence. I'm Pastor Sam. That's your verse of the day for Gospel Gunslingers.